Today Brent is tying up a fat boy minnow to imitate a goldfish. There has been some lakes that have had goldfish being introduced illegally. Large rainbows will target these coarse fish that have inhabited their lakes. Streamer fishing is always exciting, and the baby fat minnow is a great minnow pattern that has been around for some time. Let's go over the materials to tie the fly. The hook is a Daiichi 1530 size 6 and tied with 6/0 fluorescent orange wax thread. There is 5/64 silver bead in the mid-shank. The tail is fluorescent orange marabou. The body is golden orange dubbing blend. The throat is white laser dub. There is orange flash and slinky added for highlights.
Well, nice to have you join us again today, folks. So we are bringing you a little goldfish. This is a fat boy minnow. I'll go over the materials as we tie them. I'll have the recipe on the video for you as well. I'll put this in the tank. It really swims really good. It's one of my favorite little bait fish. Been around this pattern. It's pretty easy to tie. I call for laser dub. I had to do some, I didn't have the right color laser dub, so I had to make some. I'll show you how I did it. Get my 1530 hook on here, Daiichi, good strong hook. And I'll come in with some of this lighter fluorescent yellow orange. I want some of this nice soft tailing material right here. I'll shoot this back a ways so we can see some of the procedures I'm doing here. A lot of people want to know what I'm doing with my hands, so we'll just demonstrate this as we go along. Don will probably edit with, zone in on it, zoom in a little bit. I'll show this one in the tank too. It swims really good. Okay, so basically just you can put 2 or 3 colors or whatever you want on. This one here, I'm just going with my light orange. Okay, now the dubbing. I didn't have the laser dub in the right colors. I'm going to be using white laser dub underneath here a little bit later, but I needed a laser dub similar color, so I didn't have it. So what I've done is taken some of these Semper Seal subs from Semperfly. That a lot of this dubbing, I've chopped it. It's quite long hanks that's in the bag here. So I chopped this a little longer fibers and this in a little shorter fibers. And I've got my little coffee bean grinder right here. And I just mixed up some of this wing and flash in gold. And throw in the bean grinder, and there we go. I got the color dubbing I wanted. So you can work with that. It's a good idea. I really use my grinder a lot for dubbings. I'm just going to envelope this around the shanker. We're going to build a body with the dubbing. I'll just go one more time, a little bit slower here for you. We're just going to pull that off. A little clump right there. I just lay it right beside, take a soft turn, go all the way around, just gather it up right around the shank of the hook, and pull it back, tie it over itself. 6/0 red, fire orange thread here too. Nice thread. I can use a lot of tension and pressure on this. I'm not a fan of the flat threads here. I like to have threads that bite really good, so I'm using wax thread, good heavy wax thread. Okay, now we'll come in here again with some of this dubbing. I got a little marabou in there, a lot of gold on here. We're doing the goldfish, so we want to kind of have an orange, a little bit of gold in it, quite a bit of gold actually. Take a couple turns, and I'll just pull this back again. Just build the body. And this swims really nice, so you're going to see that in a minute. Okay, now I'll bring in a little bit of this Senyo's white laser dub for my belly. And in the bottom. Come in behind the eye. Okay. Then we'll take just a little bit more, another little pinch on the bottom. The gold. just to kind of finish that off. Okay, we're not quite done up top. Then I'll bring in this flash. This is Flash and Slinky. This is really fine. There's another brand that's a little bit heavier. This is H2O, and I've cut the length and then I've cut it in half. Put it on one side, bring it back over the other side. It's got some scaly looking flash in it. It's really good. I like using that on a lot of my streamers. Then the topping, you can put another color in here. If you're going to tie other bait fish, I'd be using probably 3 colors on a fly. This one would just basically want a gold. Put that weight in there just to. We're going to tie right behind the eye. Nice little head on there. Okay, so I'm bringing my big nylon brush. Pull this all back. I'll brush it out again when I put it on my table. Get that out of the way. Bring in some of this bone dry Solarez. Coat the thread. Want to make this durable. This fly will catch a ton of fish, so you don't want to be changing bugs and running out of flies. Cook that on, finish that head. Some good UV properties in that flash too. Looks pretty yellow and bounces some light. Looks really good. Now we will do, I'm going to bring in my eyes and I'm going to put them on with marine goop. I've told you about that a lot of times if you follow my videos. I'm going to be using some fairly large eyes. Goldfish have big eyes. Need a vodka needle. Get yourself some shop towel. That's important. For me anyway, when I'm dealing with goop, I use this stuff for everything. Like Frank's Red Hot. It comes out of the tube a little bit thick right there. I don't want that. I want to just get that off top. Then we'll see some coming out here. Get a nice little dollop on there. We'll just lay that on there like that. Grab my eye. And you're going to see some of the marine goop poking around the outside of that eye. That's where I want it. A lot of times guys are finishing right up in the head. This is the way I like to do my streamers. I put them eyes back a little bit where they belong. And you'll see when you look at it from the front. Your little bit there, just let it kind of hang down. Then when I push it down, it'll all be in its place where it wants it. And that gets into the fibers nice. And that dries. I've never had one fail yet. I'll just grab my little holder here and I'll show you this fly from the front. I've got to brush it back. It's not brushed back totally, but you can see the profile quite nice. Push a little bit of water. I can get it as bulky as I want or as thin as I want, but that's why I like to do the eyes back there, okay? I'm going to brush this out a little better when it's dry, and then we'll go to the tank. So I'll have that little excerpt on there for you as well, but here's a nice little fat boy minnow. Tie these up in all sizes and colors. It's a great pattern. Nice little streamer. So thanks again for watching. We'll catch you again real soon.
Here is the pattern when it's wet. Let's go to the tank and see how it swims. This little streamer swims great. and catches a lot of fish in various sizes and colors. This was created by Clark Pierce and become a staple pattern for many species. Streamer fishermen simply love this pattern. We would like to thank Brent for tying this fly for us today. Check out all his videos on sport fishing on the Fly YouTube channel. Nice to have you visit us, and we look forward to bringing you many more informative videos for fly tying and fly fishing. Take care and conserve our waters.